Welcome to lesson 20 of Microsoft Excel 2010. In this lesson, we are going to go over working with sheets. What we are going to learn in particular is number 1, inserting a new sheet, number 2, deleting a sheet, number 3, renaming a sheet, number 4, moving or copying a sheet, number 5, protecting a worksheet, number 6, changing the color of a sheet, and number 7, how to hide or unhide a worksheet. The sheets are all located on the bottom left-hand corner of your Microsoft Excel interface. By default, Microsoft Excel gives you 3 worksheets when you open a new workbook. Let's have a look at an example. If I click on File, click on New, and I choose blank workbook, double click on it, and you will find that my default sheets are named Sheet 1, Sheet 2, and Sheet 3. In Microsoft Excel, you can have as many sheets as possible. Let us quickly close this and go back to our example. Let's just deal with number 1, inserting a new sheet. When I go down to my worksheet tabs, I right click and I click on Insert. When I click on Insert, a dialog box opens up and asks you whether you want a new worksheet. All you do is click on Worksheet and click on OK, and you will find that you have a new worksheet inserted into your workbook. That is, in our case, Sheet 1. Deleting a worksheet. Suppose we want to delete a worksheet. There again, right click on the worksheet that you want to delete and choose Delete. And our Sheet 1 is now deleted from our workbook. Thirdly, renaming a worksheet. Once again, you can right click on the worksheet tab and click on Rename. Thereafter, type the name of the new worksheet that you want, and you can click on any cell and the worksheet has been renamed. Next, we are going to look at moving or copying a worksheet from one workbook to another. Let's firstly look at copying a worksheet. If I want to copy the income worksheet, I right click and I click on Copy, Move or Copy. To book, I want to start a new workbook, so I click on the down arrow or the drop down tab, I click New Workbook, and I say Create a Copy, and I click on OK. So there's my new workbook, which is called Book 3, and I have copied the income worksheet from the previous worksheet, which was called Microsoft Excel Lesson 20. Let's look at moving a worksheet. Again, we want to move a worksheet. I right click. Suppose I want to move the new expenses worksheet, so I right click, I click on Move or Copy. Again, I will choose a new workbook, and in this case, when I'm moving it, I do not create a copy. I click on OK, and then we have Book 4 with our new worksheet, or the worksheet that we have moved from Lesson 20 to Workbook 4. Let's go back to our previous worksheet. We now have two worksheets left, that's income and profit and loss. If I look at the income worksheet again, excuse me, let's look at protecting a sheet. If I want to protect a sheet, again, right click on the worksheet tab and click on protect sheet. Protect worksheet and consists of lock cell. This is the dialog box that pops up, and you can type in a password. Suppose our password is XXX, and I click on OK. So they ask for us to re-enter the password. Again, we type XXX and I click on OK. So now if I go back to this worksheet and I try to make changes to it, I try to type something out, and Microsoft Excel sends us a message in a dialog box which says the cell or chart that you are trying to change is protected and therefore is read only. To modify a protected cell or chart, first remove protection using the unprotect sheet command. You may be prompted for a password. Suppose we want to unprotect the sheet. Again, right click, click on unprotect. A dialog box appears for which you have to enter the password. Our password is XXX, and thereafter click on OK. So now you'll find that you will be able to make changes to any of the cells in that particular workbook. Number 6, changing the color of a sheet. So again, we go to the tab, the worksheet tab, we right click and we say choose the option tab color, and you choose whichever color that you want, and you will find that the worksheet name now has changed color to blue. Let us very quickly choose a brighter color or a darker color. Let's choose tab color and we choose red. Again, you'll find that the worksheet name is now red. Lastly, let's look at how to hide or unhide a sheet. Again, we want to right click on the sheet name and we click on hide. You will find that the worksheet is no longer in the workbook. Again, if we want to unhide it, we right click and we click on unhide. A dialog box appears. It says unhide sheet income, and click OK, and you will have the income sheet coming back to your worksheet.